You finally saved your first $1,000. Now, the common instinct is to find a safe place to lock it away and let it grow. For most of us, that place is a standard savings account. But in the current landscape, these accounts offer a microscopic return, averaging just 0.05% interest per year. This timeline shows exactly what 0.05% buys you. After 72 years, your $1,000 has only just managed to double. The bank, however, isn't waiting. The moment you deposit your cash, they lend it out at credit card interest rates up to 20%. While you earn pennies, the bank is using your principal to build its own institutional wealth. They are weaponizing your capital against other borrowers and keeping the profits. Money is essentially power, and to keep that power, you have to break this cycle. You need to stop being the bank's source of capital and start commanding the phenomenon of compound interest for yourself. At this stage, the stock market isn't the solution. A 10% return on $1,000 is only $100 a year. Mathematically, that isn't enough to change your life. This means aggressively deploying your cash into high-yield skills, digital businesses, or content creation, things that can scale much faster than a passive index. This is the ruthless reinvestment loop. You don't spend a dime of your profits. You immediately feed every dollar back into the business to force exponential growth, just as major tech founders did during their early startup phases. This is the only mechanism fast enough to generate the surplus cash flow you need to eventually buy back your time. Once that active business starts producing more cash than you can reinvest, the strategy shifts. You stop working for the money and start buying assets that generate revenue autonomously. This is where index funds, like the S&P 500, come in. They allow you to purchase fractional ownership in the market's top-performing companies without the risk of picking individual stocks. Many of these companies pay dividends. They essentially send you a portion of their cash profits simply because you own a piece of the company. To accelerate the process, you use a dividend reinvestment loop. Every cash payout is automatically deployed to buy even more fractions of that underlying stock. Over time, the loop gains momentum. As your share count grows, the subsequent dividend payouts grow with it, which in turn buys even more shares. It's an automated system that scales without any extra labor. At this level, your income begins to decouple from the number of physical hours you spend on the clock. Physical real estate sits at the top of the ladder. It acts as a multi-tiered wealth generator that stocks can rarely match. You're getting a dual return, monthly cash flow from tenant rent, and the long-term appreciation of the property's market value. The real power comes from the 1031 exchange. This tax loophole allows you to sell a property and legally bypass capital gains taxes, provided you use the full amount to upgrade to a larger investment. By skipping that tax bill, you leave a much larger principal amount in the market. You have more capital working, which means your wealth continues to compound at a much higher volume. Real estate is the end game because it allows you to continually trade up into larger, tax-sheltered assets using other people's money. This is the wealth escalator. It stands in direct opposition to the banking cycle we saw at the beginning. The banking industry thrives when you remain a consumer. They want you financing depreciating liabilities, like cars and clothes, because that creates perpetual interest for them. Sustainable wealth relies on a system of diverse assets that generates capital on its own, regardless of the static number on your bank statement. Stop financing liabilities, automate your investment process, and deploy that first $1,000 onto the active compounding ladder. Most of us follow a default financial script. You go to work, earn a paycheck, park whatever is left over in a standard checking account, and then swipe a piece of plastic to pay for your life. That plastic usually pays for liabilities, cars, clothes, or watches that create an illusion of status while draining your actual net worth every single month. By adhering to this script, the average consumer generates the transactional movement that keeps the financial world spinning, while their own personal net worth remains stationary. This diagram reveals exactly how banks profit. The moment you deposit $100, the bank lends that capital out, charging up to 20% interest. The bank also extracts merchant swipe fees and collects massive penalties when you spend money you don't have. While the bank captures these institutional profits, the average consumer receives a negligible 0.05% return on their savings. Mathematically, this creates a subsidiation of the bank's wealth at your expense. By keeping capital in a traditional account, you lose purchasing power to inflation every year. To reverse this flow, we have to reframe the purchase price. A $150 jacket represents a specific exchange of your life force, roughly 10 hours of actual human labor once you account for taxes. The true cost, however, is the opportunity loss. If invested at a standard return over 30 years, that same $150 has the potential to grow into an $1,100 asset. Reclaiming this capital requires a ruthless audit, canceling unused subscriptions, negotiating your fixed utility bills, and eliminating the routine premium purchases that provide no long-term value. Every dollar reclaimed from these leaks becomes a unit of capital, extracted from the bank's cycle and ready to be weaponized for your own freedom. With $1,000 extracted, you have two paths to deploy it: active, pseudo-passive time investments or pure passive capital investments. Pseudo-passive income trades upfront effort for long-term digital leverage. Building an affiliate blog or a YouTube channel requires significant labor in the beginning, but creates an asset that pays dividends years after the work is finished. This doesn't require the level of celebrity or mainstream fame we associate with major influencers. Profitability comes from providing specific value to a dedicated audience. The pure passive route involves buying dividend stocks. You purchase fractional ownership in an established corporation, which then distributes a share of its quarterly profits directly to you. You can also utilize REITs, real estate investment trusts. These companies are legally mandated to distribute 90% of their taxable income to shareholders, allowing you to capture rental returns without managing a physical property. Whether through sweat equity or cash, the objective remains the same: acquiring machines that relentlessly pump revenue back into your own ecosystem. Scaling those machines is a matter of leverage. A $100 bill possesses no more inherent skill than a smaller one. It simply holds more buying power to acquire assets. A $20 bill restricts your volume. If an asset costs $20, this bill buys you one machine, while the $100 bill buys you 5. By utilizing the dividends produced by your assets to automatically purchase more of them, you eliminate the need for new physical labor. Your money creates more money, which in turn acquires more machines. This self-sustaining loop of exponential growth is what Albert Einstein famously called the eighth wonder of the world. Triggering this loop marks the moment a person transitions from a consumer into an owner, ensuring their net worth scales independently of their physical effort. Founders like Elon Musk take this to the extreme, practicing active compounding by reinvesting every dollar of profit back into a singular vision to exponentially grow the entire pie. But whether you compound aggressively or passively, the biological constraint is the same. Every human is limited to 24 hours of time per day. Financial independence is the mathematical achievement of having capital work 24 hours a day, effectively replacing the need for your own manual effort. Actively reversing the flow of capital away from the banking matrix and into personal assets is the only formula for buying back your future and achieving total economic sovereignty.